Welcome to Tiger Wolf. I'm Josh, and this is David.
Please be aware, this podcast contains strong language and spoilers. I mean, honestly, it's just at this point, I'm not even mad at EA or Bioware. I'm just disappointed. I'm just disappointed.
It's a good thing you don't have a stepson. I kind of agree. Like, I was a somewhat toxic fan, admittedly, because I just assumed it was mostly on EA that the level of games coming out from BioWare weren't where they should be.
Yeah, I have
in a lot of ways
with that also. Yeah, I partially had that same view, but to be fair,
I mean, it was an easy view to have. EA in other ways has been very fucking disappointing.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, agreed.
But reading snippets of I haven't got to read through the full article, but I'm going to. Put on from Kotaku about where, what happened with Anthem has been
and assumptively other products too.
Yeah, assumptively other, but the article specifically focused on Anthem. It just, there's a lot there. And honestly, after reading through and skimming through the parts I have, it feels like a lot of the problem was not with the guys sitting at the desks making the javelins or, making the 3D models for whatever. It was upper management going, all right, so this week we're not doing whatever.
It's like, arguably, it's never the guys at the desks problem or, reason that there's a problem. Or, you know what I'm trying to say.
They're not the problem.
They're not usually the problem. They're just doing their work, and it's management having poor communication or unrealistic expectations or things like that is typically, and this extends to most jobs.
Yeah.
Is typically where the issue actually lies. I mean, yes, I'm not saying that everybody out there is a good worker and everything. That's not true. But when you work in this kind of industry, you don't have this job because you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You don't keep this job unless you can work it and do. So I don't know. Like, yeah.
Reading bits of a follow-up article. That last quote, I think, speaks to a much larger issue in the industry as a whole. And the last quote was, take the story you wrote about BioWare and insert whatever company here, and that's the same story.
Well, specifically, this was developers messaging the Kotaku writer saying that, you can put my studio here and it would fit.
Yeah.
And I think that speaks to the industry as a whole. And what we were getting into a little bit earlier was like just the fact that so the gaming industry kind of birthed from the software industry.
Yeah.
And the software industry has notoriously been known for its poor work environments and its extremely stressful work environments, especially because in a lot of situations you end up with people who don't know that much about how the work is done or how much goes into it. In a position where they're managing people who are doing that work, so they have unrealistic expectations. But even then, even when they do that work, it can be a very high stress job. I mean, they have conditions named after, or not named after, but for people who deal with stress in such a way that it affects them when they have a condition. It's called doppelganger syndrome, I think it's called, where developers feel like software, what have you, feel like that they are just pretending to be on the level that they need to be for the job because of how behind they always feel and how much they feel like they don't know, especially like when they have conversations with other developers who are potentially also feeling that way and just pretending, so to speak, quote unquote, to have this skill level in those conversations too. You know? And so it's like it's a culture that kind of permeates itself of this like not feeling good enough in different ways, or you know, being literally told that you are not doing the level you need to be doing or something like that. There's a lot of companies out there who are working to better that, and from that letter that was sent out from the general manager that was in that Kotaku article, it seems like he's taking this very seriously as something that needs to be. I'm sorry, I just made an assumption. I did not catch if it was a woman or a man in that role. But they're taking it seriously, and
I think this might be the cynical part of me, but I feel like the fact that it took someone writing a very comprehensive article involving just how so many things were going wrong, that it took that to get them to be like, yeah, maybe we should work on this.
Well, I don't think that's the case. What is said here is that this person was recently, Casey Hudson, was potentially recently put in this position and had this in mind from the get-go. And it openly admits that they might not be achieving what they're trying to do, so they're going to reevaluate what they're doing.
Yeah.
But that this is a goal that they've had. Now, I don't know if that's true or if that's CYA.
PR.
Huh?
PR.
I mean, well, this was an internal note. But it could be CYA. So I can't say. I don't know this person. I don't live anywhere near the situation. I don't work in this situation there. And
let's say you don't work at Bioware.
Right. But if you're willing to hire me,
I mean,
I have thick skin and sturdy brain matter.
I'm pretty sure that last bit might have.
I've spent more than 10 years working on that. Okay, so you can go fuck yourself.
No, I mean just the way you said that.
It was either that or gray matter. I thought brain matter was better.
Okay, fair, I guess.
But this is the kind of thing that really interests me in a not as positive way, if that makes sense. Like usually I only really go after things that interest me in a generally positive way. Those are the kinds of things I like to bring to the situation of our podcast, of our friendship, things like that.
Yeah.
But this is like one of those things that's like, this is something like I wanted to get out there so that changes can be made.
Yeah,
I feel as somebody who has aspired to be in the game development and knowing that this was an issue even when I did aspire for that, like I kind of still do aspire for that, but
yeah.
It concerns me because it's like these people who have what has been a dream job for me are dealing with situation like work stress and levels that are completely and utterly unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like you're talking 70, 80 hours a week for just software development in a lot of cases.
I mean, we've both worked jobs that had that level of demand.
I don't think I've ever been up to 70 hours a week.
I have.
Wait, hold on.
He's doing math.
12, 8, 20, Yeah, no, I think the worst I've had was like up to over 50 hours.
What's
a week for a consistent
for one
demand. You know what I mean? Not just
I've hit 84.
Well, I'm talking about like a consistent demand.
I've hit 84.
Is that when you were working at the glass company, the
fiberglass?
Yeah.
21 12-hour days straight. 1 day off, 21 on, 1 day off, 21 on again.
Yeah. There was I actually left that job that I had because that's what was going to happen.
Yeah,
I kind of created it happening for other people because I wasn't going to because I was already feeling brain dead from just because it was also a night shift job.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's
I know.
That
which like I literally felt like I was in a fugue state almost all the time just because I never actually got real rest.
Yeah, I put down my foot and was like, look, I told my area manager, you need to fix this.
It's the same kind of issue though. It's unrealistic expectations and a position a position that basically requires skeleton crew.
Yeah, I was like, you need to fix this or I'm leaving. And I got the opportunity to move to a different site and the workload was more, but it was much more manageable in the hours I was putting in. So it didn't feel like it was more. So,
in other news, to step away from this slightly depressing conversation,
Netflix has decided they are going to make a live action TV show adaptation of arguably one of the best animes.
Do you think it being a TV show instead of a movie is going to make it better than their other attempts at this very same thing with different properties?
Yes. I feel like making it a TV show gives it a much better chance of being better.
Or at least becoming better.
At least becoming
because
better.
Then they can take feedback in and adjust it for like season 2 or something like that.
Yeah.
I've also heard that I haven't gotten a chance to watch it because I don't currently have Netflix. The Castlevania show, the animated show, was really good.
It is. I've watched the first 2 episodes. It's super gory, but it's
the first 2 episodes.
Good.
So my lead at work was talking about this with me. So the first few episodes are actually because it was going to originally be a movie.
Yeah.
Or actually the movie split up into episodes.
Yeah.
That what they had gotten done. And then the rest of it is what they built onto that story.
It becomes an actual serialized way of telling the story.
So I'm interested in checking that out. But back to the Cowboy Bebop, because there's definitely more to be had here.
Yeah. I am on board with the casting for Spike.
Yeah.
I like John Cho as an actor.
Yeah. I enjoy him too. I think that he's going to have that right amount of snark and be able to deliver it, which is going to be great.
Yeah.
I don't know about Faye. Like, we'll see.
Yeah.
Faye wasn't exactly my favorite character from there anyway. I didn't see any casting for Ed yet. But the most interesting part to me is that Cho's the oldest person on the cast, and his old ex-cop buddy is actually a guy who's young. He's like 5 years younger than him.
Yeah, that's a little weird to me. And he doesn't. It's not even the fact that the guy's younger than him in age and looks older. No, he looks younger.
Well, I'm sure
like does.
Makeup.
Yeah, I know makeup's the thing. I know makeup's a thing, but at the same time, why not just get an older actor?
Well, because maybe
you can't tell me older actors don't do action because The Expendables is a thing.
Yes, and all of them are not people I'd want to see in this.
I don't know. Terry Crews would do a good Jet.
Terry Crews would be fucking amazing. What am I saying? Terry Crews is great at everything he does.
I mean, Dolph Lundgren could probably pull a good Jet.
I don't think so. I think Dolph is way too tall for that.
Okay, height-wise.
He's 8'2", isn't he?
No, he's like 6. I think he's 6'8".
I mean,
he's not that.
There's going to be a lot. There's probably going to be a lot of people throwing out contention with the fact that he is a black actor playing what is a white character in the show. I think that's okay. Like, I don't have an issue with that. I just find it interesting that he's much younger.
Yeah, that is interesting to me.
But like, it makes me wonder, how well did he read to get that part then? Right?
Yeah,
maybe he's just somebody who loved the show and in that has the capacity to embody the character.
To be the character.
My biggest thing is, as long as these personalities are right, let's fucking go.
Yeah. I mean,
that's my thing, is the writing. I want the dialogue, the thing I just said, personalities, and the story. Those are the things.
Yeah, those are the
everything else.
Things.
Everything else is subjective.
Subjective and superficial.
It's like what's his name said about Star Wars. I didn't write. He was like, I can't remember. George Lucas. He's like, I didn't write a space opera. I wrote this story that happens to take place in space.
Yeah.
Like, that's the important thing. The important thing is, sorry, I was thinking about Faye, I guess.
That was something I was about to go into. Now,
I think
that's going to be a huge point of contention, and I can tell you automatically, people who bring up the way Faye looks in the anime and the fact that, they're like, well, it should be kind of close to that. A lot of people their immediate response is going to be, well, no, you're just a sexist pig who lives in his mom's basement. And that shouldn't be an automatic go-to, but I know it's going to be.
So I think that if they're smart about it, they'll still go skimpy without being Faye skimpy, and that's fine with me. But the point, like, one of the major points of her character can be that she uses her sex appeal frequently.
Yeah,
that's how she manages living in this world, basically. Which is, I mean, don't get me wrong, that's not necessarily a good way to have to live in the world, but she's also a space pirate, basically.
Yeah. She's the kind of woman that can walk into a room full of very rich gentlemen and walk out with everything they own, having done nothing but smile.
That's not true. I'm pretty sure she's a decent pickpocket.
Okay, they only saw her smile. Okay, my point is...
Now, one of the other things, the most important thing about the casting is going to be Ayn.
Yes, I was about to say...
It's got to be Ayn.
There is another very important character of this show that they have to get right. And I'm sorry, you can be mad at me. It has to be a corgi. I don't want a Doberman.
It's got to be a corgi with exceptionally short legs, even for a corgi.
Yes, I don't want another dog breed. It has to be a corgi.
Well, I could go for what are they called? The Shiba.
Shibas. Shibas are too tall. It has to be a corgi.
What about a corgi Shiba mix?
No. The fur color wouldn't be right.
I mean, it could be. The husky corgis look like little huskies.
Yes, Ayn is literally the most generic design a corgi has.
I mean,
like, it has to be. I'm sorry, that's a hard line for me.
The fur and everything, that's not the important casting for Ayn anyway. Corgi, sure. He's got to be Ayn. He's got to be smart. Like, ridiculously smart, trying to tell them they're doing something wrong, smart, and they're not picking up on it because he's a dog.
Yeah. And then at least at one point, saving them.
Yeah. Yeah. And Ed, they can go wherever they want to do with Ed.
Yeah. I mean, as long as Ed is quirky, I think that's kind of the important part.
Oh, what do you think about the British typecasting of being the villain?
I mean, It's a Japanese show originally. Just saying, there's a precedent there. British people are kind of evil.
Well, hey, whoa.
In history,
the British Empire is kind of evil.
Look, there's a reason the sun never set on the British Empire. That's all I'm saying. And it wasn't because they spanned the globe. Well, I mean, it was.
It kind of...
That was the physical reason.
Yeah.
The philosophical reason was because deities didn't trust them in the dark.
They're not the only ones.
So, but I mean, look, maybe they could have gone with an American as the villain, but
maybe that's pushing buttons too.
That probably would have set off more people in a different way. But I mean, let's be honest. Most British people most British actors and actresses play a very good villain.
That's just because we grew up we grew up with the Revolutionary War in mind. So British people are evil.
Not all of them. Not all are evil, but they do play evil characters very well.
Yes, it's the accent. Or I guess the proper way of speaking English.
I mean, like Daniel Radcliffe. I don't know if I could see him playing a villain.
I could see him as like this crazy kind, not the calculating kind necessarily.
Okay,
which the British language, accent, is very much attributed to the forethought of militiatude.
Yeah, they planned it. Trust me. How do you know they planned it? They're British. I don't understand how that works, but
this wasn't necessarily on the plan, but something dropped recently that just popped into my head because we're talking about villains.
Okay.
David.
Yes.
How do you feel about the new Joker movie coming out?
Oh. It looks good. It looks really good.
It looks way too good to be true. Like, I
saw an amazing picture on Facebook.
Yeah.
That I couldn't help but I giggled out loud when I saw it.
You giggled like a little girl?
Yeah. It was an old picture of Heath Ledger and Joaquin Phoenix next to each other. And below it, it's a picture of Heath Ledger's Joker photoshopped in behind Joaquin Phoenix Joker, and it says, "Go get him, brother."
But he would be the younger one.
And I just...
And in those...
Yes, I laughed because it was,
Well, it also goes parallel to the DC Comics having 3 different Jokers right now, which
they still haven't explained.
Hold on. This would be the third Joker in recent movies.
Yes, they still haven't explained that in the comics.
Fourth in movies altogether,
whatever.
I think.
Yeah.
Not including animated.
Just in general, you've got... Sir, what is your name? I can't think of your name. Nope, that was Batman. I'm seriously drawing a blank on his name.
I am too, actually.
Oh my God.
Just name the other ones first.
You got Heath Ledger, Jared Leto, Joaquin Phoenix, and original Joker.
I thought it was Joaquin Phoenix.
It might be Joaquin Phoenix. I'm never good at pronouncing that gentleman's first name, but somehow I can pronounce Benedict Cumberbatch just fine.
You did not, actually, but okay. It's Benedict Cumberbatch, not Bandit Cumberbatch.
I didn't say bandit.
That's what it sounded like.
I did not say Bandit Cumberbatch.
Bandit Cumberbatch.
Bandit Cumberbatch sounds like a very bad...
Banjo Cumberbun.
That sounds like a very bad, Western character name. Bandit Cumberbatch.
I actually like that.
Bandit Cumberbatch.
It sounds like one of those guys who's trying to sound more fancy than he is.
Yeah, and he's not.
Really fits the whole Western motif.
That's fair. I don't really like...
I almost had his name.
It's him right there. I can see a picture. There's a picture of him right there.
Oh, I just want to just saw it.
Jack Nicholson. There we go.
Jack. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about the kid on Gotham.
I need to catch up on Gotham, so don't.
I forgot.
I've only seen the first season.
I completely forgot that
he came back.
Yeah, I completely forgot.
Which that really kind of bugs me because like Gotham wasn't going that way for things.
The picture I saw,
and then they went full DC on it.
The picture I saw of him, I did not like.
Did you see in the first? I think it's in the first season with him when he laughs.
Yeah.
Oh, because the whole time it's like because it was rumored that he was going to be the Joker.
Yeah.
And then it was like, this guy's going to be the Joker, really? And then he laughed, and I was like, this guy's the fucking Joker. Holy shit.
The most iconic laugh belongs to Mark Hamill.
Well, yeah, that's because
he was the Joker in everything animated, pretty much.
I don't think everything. I think almost everything.
I said pretty much.
I'm also concerned in a way about Joaquin's Joker because it's like it's his origin story.
Yeah.
So how much of him being the Joker are we actually going to get? Because it really felt like from the trailer that it's going like there's going to be one event basically at the end of him as the Joker and that's it.
Which
is fine. I
feel like
I don't know if I'll actually be able to sit through like
a lot of people are going to not like the movie because it's an origin story for the Joker, and a lot of Batman fan and comic book fans are going to all have the mindset of don't give us a hard origin story for the Joker because not knowing adds to the mystery or whatever of the character.
Yeah, but if they just pull in one simple thing from the DC universe, comic book universe, then it doesn't matter. We know an origin for a Joker.
Yeah, that's my view of it. It's a origin for
it doesn't even necessarily tie into anything. Like Warner Brothers has mentioned that they are also since I didn't credit this, I want to make sure I do. The information we got for the Cowboy Bebop cast and everything was from CNN.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the Warner Brothers has stated that they don't have a DC universe for the movies in mind as much as may have been construed by the fact that there was the Superman, Batman versus Superman, and then Justice League, which they kind of we've talked about that.
Yeah,
they jumped the shark.
Yeah, we have talked about that. Let that puppy lie.
Yeah, no, but this Joker, ever since the teaser, I've been like, give me more, but not too much now. I just want. I feel like I know too much about what's going to go on in the story now, but I feel like it was also important that they set the type of story it's going to be.
Yeah,
it's not an action film. This is like a psychological drama.
Yeah, I feel
from the looks of it.
I feel like from the trailer, I feel like the story is going to be the story of him
losing it,
him becoming the Joker. I don't even think we're going to actually see the Joker in this movie.
Oh no, they showed him. They showed him put the green in his hair.
They showed the green him
with his clown posse.
But I don't think we're going to see the Joker.
I'm not going to call it posse again. I'm not going to do that. This clown gang. This clownians.
Just stop. I'm just saying, I don't think we're going to see the Joker.
What we're not going to see is Batman.
Yeah, there will be no. There is. I want to say that little kid in the trailer is Bruce Wayne. He walks up and he forces a smile on the kid's face through the bars. I want to say that's Bruce Wayne.
It might be. We'll see.
That's probably the closest Batman thing we're going to get if that kid turns out to be Bruce Wayne.
I was going to go somewhere else, but we're right about out of time. Thank you for listening. And let us know your thoughts and feelings and, all that jazz about these topics because these are things that seriously interest us. And while everything else we talk about is things that we seriously interest us, I feel like these are much more seriously presented. Serious.
Well, I suppose that's the end of the episode.
Please like, comment, follow, and share. And also, more importantly, thank you for listening.
Take care.
Bye.